Hi everyone, it's Anne. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at the Yggdrasil Norse Divination cards. Reading the 9 worlds of Norse mythology. And this is the author. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Holderson and G. Holderstoter. I'm gonna probably butcher that, but anyway, that's their name on there, and it's in a hard case magnetic box. This is the front, the side, top, bottom, and the back. This is magnetic. It opens up like this. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Opens up like that. That's the inside flap. It has the guidebook that lays on top. And then the cards are underneath. And they do have a little black ribbon and a thumb cut out for you to pull the cards out. Inside is a light blue color. So that's the box inside, magnetic. I was trying to see if it says who it's published by. Oh, Llewellyn. Here's the back of the guidebook, front of the guidebook. A hard, glossy cover guidebook. And the authors are a father and daughter, Icelandic artists living and working between Iceland, Denmark, and Germany. It was first edition printing 2019. Oh, so this is new this year. I wasn't sure. It's one of those impulsive buy that I saw on Amazon where things pop up when you click around, and I just went ahead and purchased it because it caught my attention. So then we have the contents: introduction to the cards, chapter 1, Asgard, the world of gods. And then there's different worlds, 9 worlds it goes through. There's a chapter for each of the world. And that has verse from the prophecy of Edda. So there's a little verse. Introduction to the card section is next. Using the cards. It has in here pronunciation of unique Icelandic letters, so that's interesting for people who are not familiar with the language. Animal symbolism, importance of the circle, elements according to Nordic paganism, water, earth, wind, fire, history of creation in Nordic paganism, creation and creative sprouts, the importance of 9, the spread on the Yggdrasil tree, the cardinal direction. So it seems like it's very informative. It has the placements, order of placement, and then it has 1, the world of gods, the top branches. So it goes through and explain the different placement of the tree, order placement, and then it goes into the different worlds. As I mentioned, there's 9 worlds, so the first one is Asgard, the world of gods, and it talks about the location, card position, and then it goes into the card. black and white picture of the card, title, number and title of the card, and then it explains about the card. And let's see how many pages there are. There are a total of 208 pages, including counting the very last page. So that gives you an idea of the guidebook. Seems very informative. I'm not familiar with the Norse at all, so that's good that they have that in there. So here's the cards themselves. This is the back of the deck. They are not gilded. They are laminated. There's a sheen on them. They are larger than traditional tarot card size. So comparing it with a tarot Rider-Waite tarot deck, as you can see, it's wider and taller. So it's wider by that much and taller. Let's see. Get my little stand here so I can lean the cards. I don't know if that helps. And they are black and white cards. Maybe I should just hold it up. They're black and white cards. And as you can see, they have white borders. There are white borders around them. And then they have that symbol of each of the worlds. Each of the 9 worlds, they have a symbol. And then the name, the title of the card, the name of the card, and then keywords at the bottom. So the first one is Grimnir, balance of contraries. So that's the first card. Maybe I should just go like this. Hurricane, judgment, and final decision. So I read intuitively. So I just like that. I like the pictures and I like the keywords. So I bought it because I felt I could read it intuitively. Ear, healing, and medicine. I don't know anything about the Norse. At some point, I'll probably skim through the guidebook. I'm not one to read guidebooks because I just read intuitively. So I buy a deck if I think I can read from it. And I usually buy it and then open the deck and start reading. Well, sometimes I flip through the guidebook a little bit just to give me an idea. Skadi, Ambition, The Hunt. Some of this I don't know how to pronounce, so I won't even attempt. This is Reflection, holding up the mirror. Frosty, mindfulness, lightness, impermanence. Hemdall, gateway, opportunity, warning. Wow. Look at that action card. It's like he's charging in. Ass, the first human man. Wow. I forgot to tell you how many cards there are. There's 81 cards. So it's a thick deck. Embla, the first human woman. That's interesting. So we have the first human man is Ass, and the first human woman is Embla. Jeff Jun claiming new ground. Wow. The present. Frey, spring and new beginnings. I'm going to zoom you out a tad bit so you can see the full card. Alfred, feminine intellect. Soul, ambition and drive. Yuli, reconciliation. Gerd, artfulness. Wow. Fula, keeper of secrets. Forjat, temperance. Nurtus, peace and counsel. Nif, darkness and fog. Tai or Tyr, conflict, counsel, justice. Wow. Azure, hospitality, abundance, currents. Ran, intuition, subconscious, currents. Ymir, creativity, novelty, artistic struggle. Excuse me. Mimir, omniscient, advisor, counsel. Sherimir, deception, undermining of confidence. The chassis, aging, maturing, healing. Shiknir, messenger, diplomat. Your Darbrin, decision, performance, impact. Verdandi, the future. So we have the present, the future, and the past of each of these ladies. So we saw one earlier. Now this is the future. Odin, omniscient, wisdom, poetry, language. Frigg, foresight, wisdom, intuition. I think I'll stop reading them because you guys can see them yourself. Here's Freya, she's a popular one. Love, fertility, sexuality. That way we can go through them a little quicker since there's 81 cards. I think you guys can see it clear enough to see it for yourself. So I do these flip through the way I would like to see them. So I don't give you my opinion on the card unless here and there I see, oh, it's pretty or whatever, because I don't like to tell you how to interpret the cards. And I read intuitively anyway, so sometimes, depending on the reading, I'll interpret the same card differently. So I don't give you my interpretation of the cards. And I don't talk a lot because my purpose is to share for people who just want to see the cards themselves. And if they want to buy it, to be able to see all the cards. And that's my purpose when I look through, I flip through a review. I just want to see all the cards. I decide if I like it or not, and then I make a decision to buy it or not. So I do these the way I would like to see to see them. So that's why there's different YouTubers online, different reviewers, different readers, different advisors, right? To each his own. So everyone have their own taste and style. But just a little 2 cents of how I do my flip through, because they're literally flip through so you can see the cards, see if you like it, and if it helps you out, if you want to buy it, then you can decide if you want to buy it or not. So Dowry, conflict behind the mask. That's interesting. All right. Unresolved emotions. Wow. Sluggishness and procrastination. That's an interesting depiction of that. Tardiness and lethargic. So I guess we're in the world where it describes these different issues. This one is disorder. So maybe all the emotional issues. The Guardian of Jarla Brew. Excuse me. The crossing between life and death. Wow. Not perpetual desire. The brave traveler. Reconciliation of opposites. I tell you, I'm not going to read it, and then I still end up reading some of them. But I'm reading them more for myself, I think, because this is really my first time. I mean, I skimmed through them, but I didn't really look at them. Samara, Nightmare. That just came in today, earlier this morning. Near the spirit of fire. Loki, the cunning god of many faces. The ship of conflict. Rita, the spirit of lightning. Berserker, the warrior. Ruler of fears. Wow. Magical youth and rejuvenation. That's pretty. Wisdom. beauty and vanity. Diligence and resourcefulness. Guarding the treasure. Lord of misfits. The fiery wrath. Transformation. These cards are really nice. For black and white cards, opportunity. Messenger of the gods. The rule of three, informed decision. Durin, the doorkeeper, navigation. Skull, the pass. And finally, ambition and competitiveness. And these are the backs again. And they are reversible. I didn't mention that before. They are reversible. I'm not going to shuffle them and mix them up because they're in order of those different worlds. And I think since I'm not familiar with the Norse, I think I'm going to skim through the book a little bit, keep them in this order before I start shuffling them. But they're slippery. Oh, and the cardstock, they're thin. But there's a coating in them. Not like paper, cardboard thin, but thin. They are thin, but they have a little laminate coating on them. My least favorite is those one that feels like paper, like cardboard paper. Alright, so let me zoom back out and show you the box and the book again. And that wraps up this flip through. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was helpful if you're interested in looking to perhaps purchase this deck. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.